interested in your notion of I'm interested in your notion of lowering the voting age to 16. So, Metiria Ture, your reaction to that?
We've considered that, but we have to have civics education first. We need to make sure that everybody
go around then, everybody. Lower the voting age, Jami-Lee Ross.
No, 18 works very well.
Oh, I think 18's all right.
Highlighting civics education, and yes, we have considered lowering the age to 16.
Winston Peters.
18's the right age, and again, there's no reason why people on one day in 365 days every 3 years.
Okay, I want to talk about. I want to talk about one of the
compulsion.
issues that our viewers have been concerned about, and it's like, is the cash for access issue. So Jami-Lee Ross, one of the concerns, as I said, cash for access speaks to a notion that wealthy ultimately control policy, and this is off-putting to our viewers. One said, if you don't have money, National just don't want to know you. Fair?
No, not at all. National has got about half the vote in the country in the last election. We care about the whole of New Zealand. The fact of the matter is, though, that elections do cost money. Every political party fundraises, whether they want to admit it or not. The National Party simply has had it highlighted in the past few years because we've been declaring them properly. We've seen a number of instances in the past year or so where political leaders in this country have not been declaring donations properly and keeping them secret.
So you're saying that this is a good thing that this has happened and National is providing an example of how it should be done?
Well, the donations are all declared properly. That's why it's highlighted. The National Government, like every government in the past, fundraisers for election campaigns.
They can be declared. They're declared anonymously in the main, so nobody knows who these people. Nobody knows who these people are who are paying tens of thousands of dollars for access to ministers. The difference here between the ordinary fundraising we all do is that this is access to ministers of government who have extraordinary influence.
So what are you saying?
Policy.
If you came to power, you would prohibit in some way cash for access?
What we've said is that we would have a great level of transparency, so any of these events would require the transparency of how much was paid, who was there, and what the nature of the discussions, including any hospitality. We would try to tighten the rules. We would tighten the rules around anonymous donations so that people can't be secret in their giving to political parties, and we would not do any of this cash for access to ministers. That is why there's the stink of corruption around National
this
at the moment.
This from the party whose leader trotted up to .com's mansion,
he
promised not to
intervene
in the extradition process and talked about donations at the same time.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Jane.
No, it's not.
In some way,
can't get on their high horse, and the Green Party can't get on their high horse.
But Metiria's point is this: the poor don't have access. The poor don't have access.
That's right.
Actually, I thought the Cabinet Club was a motorcycle club when I first saw it in the paper. It's a bit like if you want to go in and see the boss in a gang, you knock on the door, you pay your money, and you may or may not be lucky.
And that's the problem.
The real problem with the National Party is that they actually are the opposite.
In the Māori electorates, we're very lucky because they call a spade a spade. And if they tell you, look, there's something hunga about what National is doing, if people think they can buy their way into New Zealand, if people think that ministers can use their influence for some private benefit, if people think you can buy your way to have special access to the Cabinet Club, there are some very serious things happening, and that's what people are thinking. And National wants to refuse that. But there is a more important issue because it reflects on John Key's leadership, and if he doesn't take action, if he's soft on implementing the Cabinet manual, where greater transparency should be required, then there is trouble coming.